Xbox Series X finally has a price and a release date. What is going on, guys? My name is Shane Craig, and this is my top 5 tech and gaming news stories for today, September the 9th, 2020. Guys, we finally have the information that we've all been craving, waiting for one of the two next-gen consoles. Via a tweet from the official Xbox account, they say, "This is the tweet. Xbox Series X will be launching at $499, a price you should not be surprised by because we told you that would probably be the price a couple videos ago." That's kind of what everybody was expecting. Xbox Series S, $299, release date November 10th. You can start your pre-orders on September the 22nd, which, for those wondering, is, yes, one day before my birthday. Alongside this information, they also dropped a really good video detailing kind of the information about the Xbox Series S, sort of how powerful this thing is, what you can expect out of it. It's a really good deep dive, but basically what you're getting here, the gist of what the Xbox Series S, who it's targeting. If you want a new system with the newest games, but you're not super concerned with full 4K rendered gameplay, 1440p and upscaling is good enough for you. You want high frame rates for a high refresh rate experience, Xbox Series S is going to be a really good option for you. You're going to get almost the same CPU. You're going to get the same I/O, so the same crazy fast solid state drive, and then of course a weaker GPU when compared to the Xbox Series X. So yes, you can actually expect, if you can find a TV or I guess a monitor that can run 120 Hertz, you can actually expect 120 FPS. Gears of War here is being shown here. Pretty impressive for a $300 console. They mention here that they say through talking to their customers, they found that many of their fans prioritize frame rate over resolution, so they wanted to build a console that didn't require a 4K TV. Xbox Series S delivers approximately 3 times the GPU performance of Xbox One and was designed to play games at 1440p at 60 FPS with support for up to 120 FPS. I'm actually all here for that. I don't currently game on my PC at 4K, even though it could render at 4K with what I have. I just don't really care. I'm sitting, look, my arm's length here, that's where my monitor is. I'm sitting that close to a 227-inch monitor. Can I even really tell the difference between that 1080p and 4K at this distance? Probably not. Do I want my game to be at 4K or to run at a high frame rate? As a competitive gamer, I'm probably taking the frame rate myself. Now, in a perfect world, you just have them both. But at $300, pretty good deal. Now, guys, that's not the only Xbox-themed news of the day. As I've said in the past, Xbox Gamepass represents a really great value for gamers looking for bang for your buck. Well, it's about to get actually even better somehow, as now EA Play is being rolled into Xbox Game Pass for the same price. Another cool teaser video here, as they say. There's an announcement, everything's about to change. So now for your same $15 a month, you're actually going to get all the games on EA Play, their pass as well, which is, I believe, quite a few games. So you're now getting all these sports games, a bunch of new EA stuff. Obviously, I've made some videos taking a great big dump on some of EA's tendencies. But there's probably still some really good stuff on there. And it's going to be, you may already be paying for Xbox Game Pass, so it's just more stuff. Pretty cool announcement, even more value for Game Pass. On the smartphone front, we already know what the Google Pixel 5 is going to look like, but now we've got some really strange news. We have a leaked photo here of what is apparently a Google Pixel 5S. Now, some people have speculated here that potentially this 5S is actually just an older model of the 4A 5G. It looks the part. I mean, if you go back and you compare this to the 4A 5G, I believe if I'm recalling correctly, that's it on the right there. Looks pretty darn similar to me. Or could the 5S potentially be, look, you've got the A models as the S model going to be a faster version of the 5. Who knows? I do find it interesting, the idea that the 4A 5G was just going to be a 5S at some point. Honestly, when I looked at the comparison between the 5 and the 4A 5G, it's hard to really make a big distinction between the two. They're very, very similar. So was the 4A 5G actually a Pixel 5 at one point whose name got changed? Possibly. Pretty interesting stuff. Android Police has a good article on here that dives into this with a little bit more detail. If you were wondering if Nintendo could crush any more to close out 2020, the answer evidently is yes. Via IGN, it appears that Super Mario 3D All-Stars is already Amazon's second best-selling game of 2020. And of course, the number one best-selling game of 2020 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. A lot of people have had mixed feelings about Mario 3D All-Stars. People saying, you know, look, they didn't even bother to remake it. They look like the old games still. I don't actually have a problem with that because I kind of like the idea of Mario 64 looking worse than Sunshine, looking worse than Galaxy. I like to see that progression. And this looks like how I remember it to some degree. Do I really need to see this game like spruced up and looking incredible? I don't know. Maybe it would have been nice, but I'm not super mad about that. And evidently, not many other people are all that mad about it either because it's already selling unbelievably well. Perhaps Nintendo's strategy to make this a limited release. You won't be able to buy this after March, I believe. Maybe that's actually working really, really well. And last but not least, today is September 9th, which means that the Surface Duo is out tomorrow. I've already got my live stream scheduled. It's set for 11 o'clock. It might start sooner than that, basically. As soon as I can get back home from my local Best Buy, it's going to start pretty much right after that. But to build hype even further, we have this new ad from Microsoft hyping up the Surface Duo where they have well-dressed people flipping the devices all around just like they did if you remember those old Surface Pro videos. I do not recommend doing any of the things these people are doing with their Surface Duos. Terrible idea. They're made of glass and they're $1,400, so probably don't do a whole heck of a lot of that. If you're anything like me, you're excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning to see the live unboxing. If you missed it, it will be archived and available to be watched. So guys, that's all I've got for this time. Be sure to check back Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for my top 5 gaming and tech news stories. My name is Shane Craig. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. If you enjoy my content, please consider becoming a Scary If Literal member. You'll get access to a whole bunch of emoticons to use with live streams and a shout out on an upcoming video. Thanks as always for your continued support.